James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. With me I've got Ian Burbedge. We're at Rosedale ABC today. Thank you for having me down into camp and that, Ian.
Pleasure, mate. All good, thank you, mate.
That's
all
what
good.
I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Better circumstances seeing you this time. Last time I saw you was, well, quite diplomatic, but I could tell inside a little bit fuming about the decision with Lenny DAWS and Ruben Nieto.
Oh mate, it ain't got any easier, I'll tell you that, James. It really ain't. You look and you can't believe what's gone on. Very frustrating, very annoying. You know, you sort of think the script has been done, you've got it made, and then you go and get a decision like that, and it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The referee, in all fairness, has come in for quite a lot of sort of stick, if you like, about his decisions throughout the fight. A low blow that was quite contentious, then he was given like a standing 5 count, if you like.
Yep.
There was also a few sort of things in and out of the fight with Nieto pulling him down, not being sort of warned about it. The heads from either way, where they were both sort of coming in, is sort of inevitable. Then you have the decision that the referee ruled like Lenny to intentional use of the head. Nieto suffered a bad cut. Lenny obviously getting disqualified from that. So how does that sort of leave you? Where do you sort of stand after that?
To be honest, James, it leaves you very disappointed and leaves you sort of very disenchanted. You sort of look and you think, how can that man come to that decision? I mean, I can recall that he came over to our corner in like between the 9th and the 10th and said about, watch your head. Now, looking back on it, do you think, has he thought about, I'm going to do this, or, I'm going to get a bit heavy with Lenny on this? But you just don't know. You just don't know what was going through the man's mind at the time. I mean, I tried to speak to him after. He'd done a head in a football gesture to me, and then denied he did it when he spoke to someone on the television. I mean, even look at when he was separating the boys. He was separating them. They're both cut, and he's got his hands on their heads, and he's pulling them apart via that. Now, he could have made cuts worse and could have gone the other way. I mean, there's so many sort of rules that have been broken, but the bottom line is it doesn't change anything. We've just got to deal with it and cope with it. You could end up, you look at Lenny's, the first time it's debatable in Italy. You look at this, I mean, you couldn't have even made this one up, and yet he's lost another European title fight on the back of that. You just hope it all goes through again, and this time the job gets done properly. You
mentioned obviously the previous occasion against Michele Di Rocco.
Yep.
Some kind of alleged glue or whatever the case, adrenaline thing to seal the cut. We've all seen it via the YouTube and stuff. And then to have this happen to him, it's quite unfortunate, isn't it?
We must look like a couple of eternal European moaners. You know what I mean? It's just we're probably the best thing with the Brexit than anything else. Us two, me and him. No, it's unbelievable. You couldn't write it, and for the decision to get made how it was made was just absolutely devastating.
We've now obviously seen an immediate rematch is going to take place. We had to wait and see how bad the cut was with Nieto before we sort of knew what was going on. It's going to purse bids next Tuesday.
Yep.
So we're now one step closer to getting that fight made again.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'm sure it will. I'm sure Mick will pull something out of the bag for us. He always has done. And we just want to go and do it right now. There was a few things that wrong tactically slightly. Lenny went for it a little bit earlier than what we wanted to. In a lot of ways the fight was in reverse. We was going to keep long early, go heavy late. But, how can you not get excited by a crowd like that? I mean, the support was phenomenal. I mean, previously I think the best atmosphere I'd been in was Gavin Tate against Chaz Simmons for the Southern area at the Coronet. And that blew your roof off. And to have a venue the size of the leisure centre down the road made you jump like that, it was fantastic. Brilliant.
So obviously we're now waiting to hear news on that. We've now seen Ricky Burns will face Michele Di Rocco for a version of the world title in Scotland. What are your initial thoughts on that fight?
Ways. I mean, you can look at it and you can feel sorry with yourself and be all negative about, he's getting a chance and he's this, that and that. But no, I think it's great because the fact that Matchroom have pulled the show over to get Di Rocco over here to fight Burns is fantastic. Why can't Lenny get the winner? It'd make an all good, if it's a domestic clash, it makes a rematch. Either fight is a good fight for Lenny, whichever way it goes. It'd be lovely to see him get that opportunity. It'd be brilliant.
We've also seen ADRIEN BRONER taking on Theophane, coming for a lot of criticism, Broner, of late for his social media antics. A lot of people offended by him sort of throwing money around, and
you can't chuck money about, can you? Let's be fair.
Especially in the sort of current financial climate, people suffering and
people are skint, and the last thing you want, and the trouble is that don't endear himself you know, Broner sort of, you still must want to be a bit of you that's popular. You can't chuck money about. People are skint these days, whether you're in America, whether you're in Britain or wherever. And to start chucking money about, I don't need that. Well, for $200 or whatever it was, someone does. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame. There's no need to bring that into it.
See Theophane flying the flag for the Brits and getting one over Broner, so to speak?
Listen, it's possible. Broner don't turn up and there's a bad night. Theophane produces his best. Why can't he? But I wish him well. I mean, you know, you can be a bit bitter he beat Lenny on a controversial decision, but no, listen, if he gives another opportunity for Lenny, maybe, you know, listen, Theophane, he wished us well before the European fight. He might say, Lenny, you can have a crack if he wins it. Why not? Why not? But let's get the British flag flying and get as many British world champions as we can. All good.
Listen, top man, Ian, I appreciate you having me in the gym today and giving me some of your time. I look forward to seeing sort of what happens next Tuesday with the purse bids. And I'll catch you again real soon.
Brilliant, James. Thank you very much indeed, mate.
Cheers, Ian, mate.
Cheers.